Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, it is a beautiful sunny day here in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. And even more specifically than that, we're here in front of Union Station here in Chicago, the center of the universe as far as train travel in the United States is concerned, passenger train travel, because we are at the precipice of a magnificent journey. We'll be boarding a train here just momentarily, a train called the Southwest Chief, and we'll be taking that train here from Chicago to Los Angeles, California. Super excited, always really excited to check out a new train, a new pathway through the United States, seeing the sights along the way, looking out my window and seeing this beautiful country pass by as we are in the passenger train. Had so much fun in the last couple trains. We've done the California Zephyr, we've done the Empire Builder, we've done part of the Coast Starlight, and the Texas Eagle. So now I wanted to add the Southwest Chief to our repertoire. So very excited about the new adventure, very excited about getting back on track. And so yeah, we're gonna head inside, gonna find our train. And like I said, my mom dropped me off here. We got a little caught in traffic. Should not be a problem, but gonna have to go in there and go ahead and get ready to board the train. So please follow me. All right, just entered here where they have the different train lines. There's the Empire Builder there. This is where we're going to be headed, the Southwest Chief. Boarding here in Chicago, passing to Kansas City, and then down to the southwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Phoenix, Arizona, and then finally Los Angeles. Okay, but we don't have that much time. They just announced that they are boarding the Southwest Chief. They're gonna have to be boarding here for the next 10 minutes, and then the train's gonna leave. So we need to hurry up and make our train. There's gonna be no time for lounging in the Metropolitan Lounge over here. I guess we need to just head straight to our train. Okay, we gotta get to our train. Don't want to get left behind. Yeah, if I miss my train, that would set off a terrible chain of events. I've got everything in place, all my trains, planes, and automobiles lined up. I need to get on this train. That would be a pure disaster if I missed it. I think I'll make it. We just need to do it. All right, here we are. It's at track 26. So this may be our train right here. We're getting boarded. See it here where all the trains come in, all the Amtrak trains. See, I think this is our train. I'm gonna make sure we are on it within the next few minutes. This guy told us to go ahead and get on the train over here. Gentleman grabbed me. He's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Los Angeles." He's like, no, come back this way. Then when I go on the train, he's like, "Oh, no, you got a sleeper car. Go towards the big front." Where I was headed. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't love this. I don't like being the last person on the platform. Okay, I think this is us right here. A little bit of a frantic beginning to our journey. And here we go. We are on the train. We can't be left behind. We are upstairs. So we headed up here to our room. All right, we are in room 3. So we got 1. We got 3. Okay. Here we are. All right, so the important thing is we made it on the train. Like I said, it makes me nervous being out there. You know, they do the official, like when they first call it, they have everyone line up and get ready for the train. And then I guess if you show up late, they send you on to find your train. And there was like a little confusion because the gentleman, he like pointed at me. He's like, "Where are you going?" And I was said, "Los Angeles." And he said, "Come this way." And then he was pointing me towards a coach car. And I was like, "No, I have, I got up there." He's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Car 331. He's like, "Oh, you need to be back that way." I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of knew that. I was kind of walking that way and you grabbed me and pulled me back this way." But in all the chaos, we made it safely and soundly to our room. We're back on a train, the Southwest Chief. So I think this is one of the unrefurbished cars. Kind of the old style here where you have like a strap and the coat hangers. The newer ones have the closet. I actually think I like this better. It like gives you just like a little more room to work with. Got some towels up here. So this is not refurbished, but it's in pretty good shape. Pretty nice, pretty clean. I got my window here open. Let me close that so we can have some additional privacy here. And then these curtains, they like Velcro down, so you can like seal yourself in here into the darkness, and no one will stare at you like a zoo animal through the windows. So reading the timetable here, looks like we'll spend most of the evening passing through Illinois into Missouri. It says we'll be in Kansas City this evening, and then driving through Kansas through the night, and looks like in the morning we'll be in Colorado, then headed into New Mexico, and then through Arizona tomorrow. And there we go. We are moving. It is 2:25 on the button. So when it says the train leaves at 2:25, that doesn't mean that they're letting people on until 2:25. That means 2:25 is the moment that this train starts rolling down the track. So how I store things has evolved over my train trips. I don't have anything here in the actual storage area. I may put some stuff down there so it's easily more accessible. And I used to put my suitcase right here, which is a pretty good spot for it. But just to free up extra room, I've gotten to the point where I put everything up here on the top bunk. I've got my CPAP, my backpack, and my suitcase all wedged up here. And there we go, we're moving again. All right, we've headed outside. We've left the train station, and we are officially on our journey across the country. This is the Metra train here, a more local train within Chicago. Yeah, we're here in the rail yard. Yeah, look at all those Metra trains. Look at that. See us leaving the city there. See the Sears Tower. That bridge is blocking our view of the Sears Tower. You can see how tall it is because it's the only building peeking up there. And yes, I know some people like to call it the Willis Tower, but I grew up saying Sears Tower so much. There we go. There's that skyline. Yeah, you can just see how big it is compared to the skyline there. Such a monster. Such a monster of a building. A little bit of graffiti there. As we roll through Chicago. But yeah, you just see that building just Heads above everything else. Man, you get a better view of the city if they wouldn't have put these condos here. Oh, one quick peek. Oh, we get another peek? Oh, I saw it briefly for a second. Oh, there we go. And you can see that city vanishing in the distance. Yeah, interesting. Leaving Chicago reminds me of going on a Route 66 road trip. And kind of the Southwest Chief is kind of like the Route 66 of trains. And it takes you in that same general path, like through Illinois, through New Mexico, through Arizona. So I think, yeah, the Southwest Chief, the Route 66 of trains. And then I think that the California Zephyr is kind of like the Lincoln Highway of trains, kind of follows that path.
Okay, folks, it seems like everyone just heard the word reservation. And once the announcement is made, the process will begin accordingly. Thank you.
Oh, it's like a little train station. Not one of ours. Okay, so this came by dinner reservations. Of course, I don't eat in the dining car because I want to vlog my experience, and it's difficult to vlog when there is 3 strangers sitting at a tiny little table with me. So I did tell them I wanted to eat in my room. They did say that it could be a long time. They said that it takes a long time to get if you eat in your room, it takes a long time to get to the food. But I told them, go ahead anyway. I said it could be cold by the time it gets here. So I said, well, okay, go ahead, take it. I'll still take it in here because I'm here to vlog my experience. So I'll be waiting patiently. I haven't ordered yet, but someone's gonna come by, give me a menu, and I will be able to order here hopefully in a little bit. Now hopefully I'll eventually get my food. Stopped here in Naperville, Illinois. It's not a fresh air stop or anything. I'm just letting a few people on the train. All right, I'm gonna go try to find the Sightseer Lounge. Whoop! A little bit of turbulence there. All right, passed through the dining car here, and here is the Sightseer Lounge. Okay, this is the Lounge Cafe here. Okay, this is a little different. Okay, so I guess this isn't that different. It's just reversed from how I'm used to it. They have the tables over here at this end, and then the seats down there at the other end. Take a seat here and enjoy some of the sights. Another rail yard here. Art on all these train cars. I guess if you're a graffiti artist, it's good to get your art on a train, because then it like goes on a national tour. Parade your art all across the country.
Alright, folks, just a real quick announcement. Looking for...
See, I like watching the country go by from my room at my little cave, my little window, just sit there quietly and watch. But every once in a while I do like to come out here to the Sightseer Lounge, get that full 360 view. I headed through the heartland of America, all these fields, all this flatness. Yeah, it's getting a little rough here. Car's been bouncing quite a bit. Is it called turbulence when you're on a train, or is that specifically for airplanes? All right, back to my cave. is the town of Mendota, Illinois. Looks like there's a railroad museum. Yeah, a lot of these, that's a caboose. A lot of these small towns will have railroad museums like at their train station because they've been using the same train station for generations. Yeah, I don't think this is a fresh air stop. Usually they announce beforehand if they're gonna let you step off the train for a few moments or not. I'm not sure where our fresh air stops are gonna be. You don't really know until they make the announcement. And as soon as we show up in Mendota, we leave. See a lot of these little small towns from the train window. Makes me want to come back and explore the small town. May have to do that by car. Oh, look at the scrap yard. All that scrap metal. Mendota is rich with metal scraps. Yeah, I feel like I've been in a rush the past 2 days. Leaving Florida, stopped at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm, and kind of put me behind. I ended up not getting home until late, so I only ended up getting maybe 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Then I had to get up, get to my mom's house. Maybe I stopped a few times too many on that drive as well, and didn't get there until midnight. Then I had to edit the video. Got about 7 hours of sleep, but I think it's good that I'm on a train. That's one of the beauties of train riding. Car, you have to be alert, you have to be awake. In a train, if you doze off, that's not a problem. Just to enjoy the ride. So it's a good time to be on a train. And now pulling into the town of Princeton, Illinois. Oh, looks like this train station is just a little platform. Some towns are like that. They don't actually have like a train station that's a building. It's literally just a sidewalk that you stand on and wait for the train. That big windmill there. There's like leaves blowing through the air. I think the train is kicking up these leaves. You can see blowing past the window. A lot of wind out there. I guess that's why they have those windmills. And this is the final stop in Illinois. This is Galesburg, Illinois. There's the Galesburg Children's Museum. Oh, and there we have our train. Yeah, there's so many train museums at the different train stops, but they don't let you get out. They don't let you get out and enjoy them. Oh, looks like there's quite a few people getting on the train here at Galesburg. And goodbye, Galesburg. I feel like I didn't even really know you. So while we are riding here on the Southwest Chief, it'll be a good idea to read through some of the comments you guys have been leaving over the past couple days on the recent videos, and just talk about some of the conversation that is happening in the comment section. Of course, probably my most controversial video that I've done ever, or at least in the last couple days, is my video where I rode every dark ride at Walt Disney World. At least I thought I did. A lot of you guys disagree with me. A lot of argument, well, I don't say argument, a lot of discussion about what makes a dark ride a dark ride. I guess I have a very specific vision on what a dark ride is to me. Now, I feel a dark ride, you get in a vehicle, be it a boat, be it a cart, be it a train, be it a clamshell, and you travel through an indoor scene, or a series of indoor scenes. A lot of times, the original dark rides were usually spooky, a lot of jump scares, but Disney kind of took dark rides in a different direction. Disney based their early dark rides on spook houses, on scary dark rides. Like Snow White's Scary Adventure was pretty much a classic spook house. They've changed it to make it not scary, because now they don't like to have scary stuff in their rides. But so I kind of vision things that have sprung forth from that vision, from the original boardwalk or carnival spook houses or dark rides, and kind of what kind of feels like that to me. Now, a lot of people are saying Space Mountain is a dark ride. Now, Space Mountain is a dark ride, but it's not a dark ride. It's a lowercase d, lowercase r dark ride, but it's not a dark ride. Dark ride to me is a much more specific vibe. To me, dark ride does not just mean a ride in the dark. There's other rides in the dark. You can, some parks have like a scrambler or something put in the dark to make it more scary, or up the intensity level, or added effects. I consider a dark ride to be something that takes you through scenes. Space Mountain is a roller coaster. It is 100% a roller coaster. There's a little bit of theming at the very beginning where you're going up the lift hill, but really it is a indoor themed roller coaster. I'm very confident in this, that Space Mountain is not a dark ride. I feel like calling Space Mountain a dark ride opens up anything to be a dark ride, almost. It is a ride in the dark, but it is not a dark ride. Now, the one that you guys argued, not all of you, but some of you disagree with me on, is Toy Story Midway Mania. Is that a dark ride? I actually put a poll out, and as of right now, 59% of you say that Toy Story Midway Mania is a dark ride, with 41% agreeing with me and saying no, it is not a dark ride. Now, it doesn't feel like a dark ride to me. The one thing it does have a ride vehicle, with the blaster on it, and you do target practice. I mean, that's dark ride-esque, but to me, it's not like an adventure. It's not taking you through an area. It's not taking you on a quest. It's taking you from screen to screen to screen to shoot at targets. It is basically a moving shooting gallery. Is kind of what I feel. I feel like it's more of a shooting gallery type ride than a dark ride. There's not really any physical props. Of course, a lot of dark rides use screens. I don't think that screens are still part of it. Could be used in a dark ride, but it is like 100% screens. I'm just not feeling it. I just don't. I can understand the argument being made. I can understand that it is, you get it. It's a ride. You move in a room. You do kind of sort of have a path. So I get that. Like I said, Space Mountain's not a dark ride. I mean, Toy Story Midway Mania has dark ride elements to it, but I really think, first and foremost, it's a shooting gallery. But, as you see, the majority of people disagree with me. The majority of people feel like it is a dark ride. So I guess, I'll just have to say it does not fit my definition of what a dark ride is. It is, but apparently it does fit the definition as a dark ride to many, many of you. Other thing I got a lot of comments out was the vehicle inspection. When I paid quite a bit of money, paid $300 something to get everything done. The inspection itself was only $15, but then I paid $300 something for the tax and all that. And a lot of people are saying most, judging from the comment section, it sounds like most states don't even have an inspection. When Jen lived in New York State, in Buffalo and Rochester, they had very stringent, very strict inspections. And I always thought North Carolina was lax because they never ever found anything wrong with my car. It was kind of like a rubber stamp. But apparently other states just don't even bother. They just forego the inspection and just, it's not a thing. So I learned something, that most states do not have the inspection. And I did want to point out, one of the reasons I did pay so much for the registration is because I have to pay vehicle tax with the city I live in, because I live in Waynesville. Ooh, the train's getting a little rough. I live in the city limits of Waynesville, so my property, I have to pay property tax on my car because I am in the city, much like I have to pay higher property tax because I live in the city. So, you know, there's good things about living in the city. The town, the big city of Waynesville. I live in a small town, but I live in the city limits of the small towns, so I have to pay those taxes to that. And then a lot of you talking about me eating the killer sauce at Bubbaloo's Barbecue. Now, and a lot of suggestions, why didn't I drink milk? I knew I was thinking about going and asking for milk. I was just, I don't want to say embarrassed, but I just felt weird running up there and being like, oh, milk. I don't know. I felt like that would be like too much of a literal cartoon character. I felt like I was trying to wait it out. I thought I was working past it. I did. Again, they don't know if they have milk. I don't. It would have been smart to just go ahead and get milk. I think I was just like, at snot and tears running down my face. I just was like embarrassed going up there, and I hate that. Silly, being embarrassed about stuff is absolutely silly. So probably should have just gone and got the milk. Some of you did point out, especially my friend Creates, who does my thumbnails. Jeff, he does my thumbnails and my intros, and he pointed out, he has experience with graphic design, and he pointed out it was a graphic design fail to have all the bottles look exactly the same except for the name of the heat. So it's not water fell down. It's got a lid on it though. Not 100% my fault, because it was presented in a very, basically the mistake was easy to make. I'm probably not the first person that's made that mistake at Bubbaloo's. And yeah, it's whew. And then some people essentially asked them to wash off the meat. At that point I didn't want it. it was burning too bad. I just wanted to eat my vegetables and get out of there, or maybe like mix some of the sauce. It was just, I was like, I don't know, I was losing my appetite just by the burning in my face. So thank you for everyone who leaves the comments. I really do read all the comments. It's really hard for me to respond to all of them. I just spend so much time during the day. I'm either filming or driving. So I'm trying to answer some of them and some of the questions. Here, McLaren says the Idol would have been a perfect spot to watch last night's eclipse. And yes, I actually did want to watch last night's eclipse. I even thought about going to Cumberland Falls and seeing the moonbow during the eclipse, but it was too late. I had to be asleep. I could not. It was supposed to be like at 2 a.m., so I could not be there. So yeah, leave comments in the comment section. I will try to get to as many as I can while I'm here on the train. I do a little segment every day where I read some of the comments and respond to them. So tomorrow will be all day on the train. I will wake up on the train. I will go to sleep on the train, and I will never get off the train unless they finally give us a fresh air break. We have been on the train for about 3 hours. There's not been a fresh air break yet. So I don't know where the fresh air breaks are. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get a few tomorrow at least. I like to at least stop, get off, and peek around for a second. One of the other times I was on the train, I wandered too far off of the train. I almost got left behind. The train started leaving. Well, it didn't start moving yet, but I looked and there was like no one left on the landing. It was just like one person from the worked on the crew of the train was still out there. So I can't wander too far, but at least I can peek out. Like I said, there's so many cool train museums. You see, like, oh, look at the little train museum at that want to get off and see what they have there, but alas, you have like 5 minutes, not enough to. By the time you get out, pay your admission, the train's probably already pulling out of the station. So it makes me feel like, I don't know, maybe that's an idea for a road trip. Maybe I will take the train routes, so I could take the Southwest Chief, but do it by car. Taking train routes by car, I could take the California Zephyr by car. Again, that's pretty much, California Zephyr is pretty much the Lincoln Highway, and the Southwest Chief, kind of Route 66. It goes a little higher up that way, but the end part kind of turns into Route 66 as we are headed into Los Angeles. So yeah, tomorrow, all day on the train. Next day, we should be arriving in Los Angeles. I'm going to be there for a day or two by myself, and then Annabelle and Jen are going to be flying in on a jet plane, and I'm going to go picking them up from the airport. And then I'll tell you what, I'm trying to explain, my plans for the upcoming weeks and months, but they don't really make sense. So I guess it's okay to say I got invited. So my plan was to take the train to Los Angeles, and then take a train, the Sunset Limited, to New Orleans, and then take the train from New Orleans up back to Chicago, doing kind of a circle. Easy, neat little trip. But my trip got disrupted because I got an invitation to a media preview for Epic Universe, and part of me was like, well, maybe I shouldn't let it disrupt my train trip. And then I was like, well, I can't say no. I can't say no to a preview of Epic Universe. That would be insane. I would regret that the rest of my life. So I tried to cancel my train trips, and you have to pay a certain percentage. So one of the train trips would have been I still have to pay $300 on it. So a big chunk. So I have to eat $300. Now you can move the train. You can't cancel it, but you can move it. You can reschedule it. So I did reschedule it. I moved it back, but just enough time I moved it back so that I could fly to Florida, fly back to California, and then resume the trip. When I'm going back over my head, I'm like, this trip is not going to make any sense, because I'm going to be taking the train to Los Angeles. I'm going to be flying from Los Angeles to Florida for a couple days for the Epic Universe preview. I'm going to be flying back to Los Angeles for essentially no reason, and then taking the train from there to New Orleans, and then the trip's going to complete in Chicago. Once I get to Chicago, I'm going to begin a road trip by car, an epic, long, super road trip, mega road trip by car once I get back to my car in Chicago, which should be in about a month from now. So big adventures on the horizon. This is what ended up making sense. I wanted to maybe reverse the trains, but you couldn't take the trains from Florida back up to New Orleans. But I would have to. It was cheaper, money wise. It was cheaper for me to just keep the trains and then fly back and forth than it would be to fly there, cancel the trains, pay the fee, and then rebook the trains. So it ended up being less money to just fly to Los Angeles. You guys probably this makes no sense. You guys probably already lost what I'm trying to say here as far as the road trip. But that's the plan right now. As long as we don't get left behind by a train, as long as we don't miss a plane, all of that should go smoothly. So yeah, where are we right now? I think we're still in Illinois. I try to follow along with Google Maps, where we currently are. Yeah, still cruising Illinois. America's heartland, very flat. And, looking out that window, watching that flat land kind of makes me just a little bit sleepy. Trying to stay awake, though. Try to enjoy the trade. Yeah, last time I was on a train, it was getting dark around 5:30. Now that we switched to daylight saving time. There's a lot more sunlight to enjoy the view. If you look through those trees, that's our Old Man River. Riding the train right alongside the Mississippi. Oh, we are really close to the Mississippi here. Yeah, right along the banks. Yeah, just kind of headed south down along the Mississippi River. Oh, we're actually crossing now. See the bridge down there. Headed across the Mississippi. This is the part of America where we cross over from east to west. Yeah, almost looks like we're on a boat. Oh, there we go. On the big bridge now.
Alright folks, as you can see, we are crossing the great Mississippi River. If you look to your left, look to your right, we are leaving the state of Illinois and entering the state of Iowa. Folks, this station stop coming up in a few moments is Fort Madison. If that's your stop, please begin to gather your belongings and lift your seats up. Discard all trash around your seating area, folks. Fort Madison is a fresh air break.
Oh, boy.
You'll be able to step off, you stretch your legs, and get a smoke or two. Folks, please stay train side and not wander off. Again, next station stop coming up in a few moments, Fort Madison.
It looks like there's maybe a higher train trestle next to us. Oh, here we come. Coming in hot into Iowa. And there we are. We have landed on the great shores of Iowa. This is Fort Madison, which is the first fresh air stop of our journey. There's a random chimney there. Oh, look at these old houses.
Again, folks, Fort Madison, fresh air break. This is the final fresh air break before you get to Kansas City, folks.
Final gasp of air before Kansas City. Oh, we got a caboose. And here we are, the Fort Madison train station. We gotta stay train side, but at least go have a peek at the caboose down here. Looks like we can crawl up this ramp, get a closer look at the caboose. Can we go inside? I don't know if we should. Oh, it's closed for the season. Little red caboose, closed for the season. Look at these old train lights over here. And look at our train. That is a long train. I must say the weather is gorgeous today. Here in Iowa, even back in Chicago, it's super warm. Wearing t-shirts, t-shirt and shorts, no problem. Guess if we have a minute, we can go say hello to the front of the train. All right, the lady there told me not to come up to the front of the train. I think she's worried I'm gonna poke around too much and get left behind. Oh, it is so nice out here. I don't want to go back in the train. Weather is absolutely magnificent. I don't want us going in the train stations, but we can at least peek in the window. Yeah, the angry lady just came back by. She said that she needs everyone next to their car because they said they're expecting severe storms to be rolling in. And actually, I'm feeling it now, the wind rolling in. I guess they're expecting severe storms, and they want everyone to be right next to their car so that if the storms start up, you can just hop in and take this train out of town. Oh, it's called all aboard?
Yeah.
Oh. And goodbye to you, Fort Madison. Goodbye, angry lady. Apparently she's staying here. Yes, goodbye to Fort Madison, Iowa. I was not here long, but I absolutely fell in love with the city. You see the cars parked there. I always wonder about leaving my car at a train station. Because a lot of them just have the open parking like that, but do you want to leave a car there for like 2 weeks and take your chances? It's a hard call. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comments section letting me know if you would leave your car at a train station. I've thought about it because there is a train station, I think it's Spartanburg, South Carolina, that I could leave my car at. But, it's, technically you can leave in Atlanta too. But then you have your car exposed while you are away on the train. I feel like that would make me nervous. That's one reason I'm so fond of using Union Station, because I can leave my car at my mom's house. Kind of got really lucky because, like I said, Union Station is the center of the universe as far as passenger trains in the U.S. So I can park my car at my mom's, get on the train, and pretty much go anywhere in the United States of America. Yes, we missed those storms that the angry lady was warning us about. Although, look at this here. Looks like they have had some storms. Maybe even some flooding over here. Yeah, it's kind of a storm-ravaged area. There's a freight train next to us. Oh, look at that lightning. Guess that storm is following us. Sounds like we're getting some raindrops there on the window. So as I said before, when I got on the train, I told the attendant that I eat in my room, and he told me, he's like, oh, it might take a while, your food might be cold, but if you really want to have it in your room, you can. I was like, yeah, I have it in my room. So he just said, tell the gentleman that comes around. So the guy came around, I told him, and then it is about 7:30, and the original gentleman comes in my room and asks if he wants to put my bed up, and I'm like, I haven't eaten dinner yet. And he said, oh, do you want to eat in here? Yes. And he said, you didn't tell me. I'm like, I told the other gentleman. He's like, well, he didn't tell me. And I was like, well, that part's not my fault. So I got my order put in. It's just it's a minor thing, but it's, sometimes there is a breakdown in communication. So the good news is that this train is on the traditional dining menu, which is the better of the menus that Amtrak offer. So I went ahead and got my favorite, the flat iron steak, the tempura shrimp. So that should be here in a little bit. He said it might take a little bit, but he promised that it would not be cold. And then he asked me for my breakfast order, so I went ahead and put in my breakfast order, and he said that would be ready at 6:30. So I got to get up early tomorrow because breakfast is coming. He said it'll be here at 6:30. He said I think they're maybe short staffed because the gentleman said he had a lot of things to do in the morning. So so he said he would bring me the scrambled eggs first thing, 6:30. Or not scrambled eggs, I got the omelet. So he's going to bring my omelet at 6:30 on the dot. So you got to get that out of the way before he starts his other duties, which is fine. So dinner's coming, breakfast is coming at 6:30 in the morning. We just stopped somewhere. Where are we? This is a train station. Oh, you see the people that just got off the train there. What city is this? Okay, this is La Plata, Missouri. So we are in Missouri now. This is the La Plata train station. I actually heard them talking in the hallway that there had been tornadoes in the area. You see it's raining now. I don't want to be hit by a tornado while I'm on a train. I don't know if a train is a safe place. Probably not. So yeah, a little bit of rain. I don't see any. I saw some wind earlier, but nothing too crazy at this point. The lights in my roomette a little bit dim, so I think I'm gonna let some of the quote-unquote natural light in here from the hallway.
Good evening, ladies
and my food has arrived. This is my favorite meal on the traditional menu. The appetizer of the tempura shrimp, and then the Amtrak flat iron steak. And look at this. Brought me some actual real silverware. All right. Digging into this flat iron steak here. They put like a little sauce on it. Oh, look at that. They cook it. Oh, that is medium rare. That's actually perfect medium rare right there. So good. Yeah, you wouldn't expect to get just like a perfect steak on a train. Now the other menu, the flex menu, not as good as this. It's what I had on my last train, where I think it's preheated meals. I think these are actually cooked on the train, so they're more fresh and more delicious. Oh, it's been too long. Train shrimp. So yeah, an amazing train cooked meal. And tonight, as we travel through the darkness of Missouri, I have become a member of the Clean Train Club. All right, get my bed ready. Got it, the two chairs pushed together. And then here, you've got this mattress. It's already wrapped in a sheet you have to put down on the bed. All right, got the mattress down, the pillows there. Just add a couple of Amtrak comforters. All right, I'm gonna go get my laptop and I'm gonna go edit this video in the Sightseer Lounge. And then I had pretty good luck with uploading using my phone data overnight. There's no Wi-Fi on these cross-country trains. And so I'm trying to get a little bit early, going to bed a little bit early tonight because I got breakfast at 6:30. Got to get up bright and early to be ready for my breakfast. So thank you guys. We got all day. It's going to be all day on the train tomorrow as we head into Los Angeles. I have nothing planned when I get to Los Angeles. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I kind of want to do, because Annabelle's never been there before, so I kind of want to do things, kind of the more touristy things, like, that everyone needs to see in Hollywood and Los Angeles. So probably going to be a lot of that sort of thing, because she's never seen this stuff. And I remember the first time I went to Hollywood and the stuff that I wanted to see, the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign, and all that fun stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. Annabelle's never been out to California before, so it's a brand new experience for her. Really excited to meet them out there. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you do like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country using planes, trains, and automobiles, filming roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more gets you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, in the Etsy shop, we have enamel pins, motel key fobs, pressed pennies, and other fun stuff. Doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you're interested in that, all that is in the description of the video. And all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.